Aloha, everyone, and welcome back to the Sacred Soul Retrieval series. My name is Merissa Indigo of Divine DNA Blueprint. This month, or this solar cycle, we are exploring a journey from 0 degrees, a 0 point portal, or the X moment, all the way to 29 degrees, working with the sun as it transits through the astrological zodiac sign or constellation of Scorpio energy. So this series is all about being the detective in your life, the alchemist, the shaman, the medicine person, the wisdom keeper and seeker, and really about digging deep within the structures of the subconscious, right? And recreating ourselves anew from a pure place of inner self-awareness and self-love, not separate from divinity and from source consciousness. So today we are continuing to go deeply into these themes, and we are in the teens now. So we are halfway through this journey. Today, reviewing the qualities and essences of the numerological tone of 16. So it's important to note when we are in the double digits in the teens, when it comes to the astrology and the numerology, it's about the inner and then taking that outside. So every octave now in the teens, we've already covered once in a single digit form. So the intensity is magnified, right? And it's about going back to the basics of the first 9 degrees of the 0 through the 9, and then applying an interrelational approach. So as within, so without, right? And taking this medicine, this information, this depth outside of us into the world to be communicated, whether that's directly happening in conscious communication with one another, and interactions and engagements, or just exuding the energetic of this enlightenment as a fragrance. Sometimes it's not appropriate to use words. Sometimes silence is a very powerful form of communication and transmission as well, right? So with the energetics of the 16, we're looking at breaking this down: 1, 6, also the 10 and the 6, and then adding them up into the 7. So this is the opportunity for us to continue to go deep with the subconscious work, drilling down, seeing where we have resistance, where are we still holding old stories, where within the body are these belief systems still held, are these stories or limitations still held. So you want to really work deeply with the emotional realm through this. And it's really about finding where are the discrepancies, right? So sometimes we're operating multiple belief systems at once that are actually contrasting, right? And there's a split in our energy or a bifurcation in our energy. Sometimes we get frustrated. Why is my creation not coming forth? Why do I feel so far from where I want to be? And we can take that emotional information of feeling far away, right? Using this perception or this curiosity or these inner queries like, am I missing something? Am I overlooking something? Am I doing something wrong? So you're really using the consciousness with the emotions to navigate, right? As a detective, to kind of do some research within and pinpoint what's actually going on beneath the surface here. Where is the perceived separation from where I want to be, so to say? And taking everything into account right now with the astrology overall, returning back to the 0 point that we are never separate from source, surrendering the individual will, collapsing it into divine will, right? And opening up, softening, asking the universe for some feedback, for some information, right? And then from there, taking that integration out into the world, whether it's just owning this newfound information, whether it's the fact that we don't know anything right now and we have peace with that, we've finally surrendered, right? We're not allowing ourselves to be driven mad by the unknown, but surrendering to the process, right? And just bringing that inner peace out into the world that way as a stabilizer, as one who is freed from the monkey mind dynamics, right? Or going out as the 7, the 1 plus the 6, the 7, the mystic, the teacher. And these can show up in so many forms. So it's really interesting at this point, this stage in the game, to observe how the frequencies are showing up for us in our reality. What are the opportunities? What are the different things that are happening between us and others out in the public or at home with our bank account, with our family. Everything is information right now and always, right? But in this instance, working deeply with the subconscious and these Scorpio themes, we care deeply, right? We desire deeply. And we want to explore perhaps where there is suffering brought about by the perceived lack or separation from that which we desire. And even if we're not experiencing that personally, you can see how these frequencies ripple out and affect the collectives, right? So there's always the opportunity to be multiple roles at once, to be the knower of the field, right? To be unified within yourself, between your mind and your heart and your energy, to show up for others, to show up for ourselves, to be the teacher and the way shower. So we're always operating on multiple cylinders. And this is a deep day in our mastery to see perhaps where there are any aspects of ourselves that we're not currently aware of before, just because we weren't yet ready to be able to see, right? Where things aren't aligned within ourselves. So where are there perhaps some more culturally induced, right? Or programmed, matrix programming, social imprinting, ancestral imprinting, going to deeper and deeper layers of belief systems so that we can see perhaps where there are contrasting elements in play with our energy within ourselves. So it's a deep dive every single day. And the teens are always an interesting journey in this astrological, numerological deep dive because, again, it's the inner work first and then starting to bridge that with the outer world, right? And when we talk about the outer world through this phase of the 10 through the 20 degrees, it's really the immediate outer world, right? So going from the innermost self into the body, into work and how we express, how we show up, the different communities and engagements. So it's kind of, if you look at things like concentric circles, right? So you have your own individual reality deep inside yourself. Then you have the next layer of concentric circle, which would then encompass your family or perhaps those in your immediate intimate reality, right? And it keeps going out and out. So we're still very close to the core. And regardless, even as we go even further in this journey and we get into the 20s, and that takes us even more cosmic, right? Even more expanded on a global scale. We're still continuing to come back and reference the core essence self with that 0 point energetic. So throughout this journey, if you're new to this series, you want to go back to 0 point, start there and observe all of the different teachings and all of the different degree points leading up to today of the 16th, because they all have different teachings and frequencies and aspects for us to work with. But you always want to remember to come back to that 0 point, also working with the energetic of the 8, which is pure power, and the ability to kind of assess and weigh the polarities, the contrast, the extremes, right? You want to explore in your consciousness both ends of the spectrum to then find your unique balance or center point, right? So that's that 8 dynamic. And that is the ruling energetic of Scorpio, and Pluto is the number 8. It's all about the magician and finding that stillness, right? And that is also accessed through the 0 point remembrance that we are one with source, that we are divinity in form, in human form, earth angels here, right? So this 16 degree again is collapsing down into the 7, how we can use our reality, all the information coming to us in every form, everything that we're seeing, hearing, witnessing, observing, feeling, thinking, responding, reacting. This is all information. And it's a lot to take in, right? And a lot to kind of sift and feel your way through. But it's all about being the mystery school, being the master, right? The ascended master walking and breathing and engaging in this malleable reality that is right here now. So it is an intensification, right? We go into deeper and deeper rabbit holes and jump off points with this process as we're going deeper into the Scorpio energy. And don't deny yourself the opportunity to go deep, to review more skeletons in the closet, what culturally we would judge as the inner ugliness or the shadow. You know, there's nothing negative about any of these. These are just aspects that are unknown. That's all. And so taking more layers of our power back from fear, doubt, separation, any of that, right? Really owning our power and our love. And it's a very powerful but pure frequency that is palpable, right? So you carry that unity out into the world, and you are a dynamic contribution to the shift and the acceleration of consciousness, which is occurring at this time. It's very powerful to engage in this deep work right now as we are between paradigms. Pluto is wrapping up the 16-year cycle in Capricorn. So we are seeing so many layers individually and collectively where we were, proverbially sewn in to the matrix, right? The artificial matrix system of time and materialism and all of this, all of this distortion. And now getting to rewind, essentially rewrite ourselves from the inside out and be an active and dynamic part of building the new paradigm. I was also researching in this number to try to make sure I'm giving as much information that would be supportive at this time. And in reviewing the Divine Triangle, the book that we're using as a reference for this work, the Tower card is the tarot card associated with the number 16 slash breaking it down to 7, 16, 7, 16 degrees today. So the Tower card is a very important, again, there's that dynamic energy, more deeper layers of that demolition and rebuild, right? So where are these archaic structures of distortion, lack, limitation, derogatory or negative self-talk, right? All of these different ancestral components that are inherited that are just asking to be loved and welcomed in, no longer shunning the unconscious parts of ourselves, right? No longer judging, allowing it to be fertilizer for the new growth, right? Allowing it to be fuel for the fire, for the new paradigm. So these are the times to dig really deep, go into the grit, really feeling your own inner power, your toughness, perhaps observing elements of tough love in your reality where you have to continue to surrender and let go of all of the different mental constructs of how you thought it was going to look, right? How you thought things were going to be, and just be so thankful for where we are, for where you are in this now, and affirm, I am where I am, and where I am is okay, right? Sometimes these tower moments can feel devastating or all encompassing, or, reality is collapsing all around us. And with this mastery level, it's important to remember that it's all energy. And this is part of the quantum consciousness journey. So you're going to have peak and valley moments, right? And the higher we go, the deeper down we're going to go within, right? In order to integrate even more light that we received in the ascended states of consciousness, then now we have to descend that consciousness, anchor it into our root chakras, into all of the aspects of our reality, right? So it's a massive opportunity for quantum jumping every fucking day. And it is really intense. So pace yourself, take good care of yourself. Remember, we're all in this together in unique ways. You're not alone in this. And take full advantage of all of the resources that we have created here that are gifted, right? There's also the opportunity to invest and work one-on-one if you're really feeling for that support. And there's details about that, all the wonderful rituals, resources, the True North ebook to just explore yourself. Don't allow the emotional noise to deter you from continuing to love yourself, love your life, embrace, trust, expand your faith, continue to welcome in magic and miracles, even if you feel like you're kind of walking through, a wasteland right now. Remember to entertain both aspects until you can find that unified state once again. So thank you so much for joining me, wishing you so much courage and empowerment and love through this process. And remember, you are the alchemist, you are the magician. Just tap in, right? I will see you tomorrow for the 17 degrees. Namaste.
Hey everyone, we are going to interrupt this broadcast for a quick little infomercial to share with you several opportunities that we have to go really deep with the information that we are presenting. And we are going to be spending the next 30 days from the 0.0 all the way to the 29th mastery degree of this solar journey with Scorpio and Pluto, diving deep into our subconscious and really starting to access hidden realms of pure power. And we have this opportunity, Awakening the Sleeping Phoenix, if you are really wanting to go even more deeply with applying this information. Here we have the opportunity for you to access pure, untapped nuclear soul power through what we're calling a form of an energetic detox and a massive subconscious cleanup. We have a couple options here to meet you where you are. So if you're on more of a budget right now, we are offering a self-guided soul tour experience where you can actually download this ebook that I've created, Anchoring Your True North. And this is a star map, a manual for your own self-discovery to support your own awakening process, to connect more with your divine purpose. And I'm sharing here 5 of my favorite systems that I have been using in my own awakening journey that have really taken me to new levels, so new depths and new heights of self-seeing. So this is a wonderful and comprehensive introduction to 5 different mystery school chart systems based on your birth chart, your soul incarnation codes. And it's all self-guided. So I share with you in depth how to pull all of these charts so that you can do a self-guided version if you like. So all you have to do is go log in and create a learner account at the Mystery School site. Details are in the description box below. Click on the True North Compass Guide, and here's some lovely information. You'll start to see how in-depth I go with my work. The value that I want to bring is really share a lot of information to support you at these times of transformation. So you can see some of the details here, and to just click and basically get this course added to your dashboard. Then if you want to go deeper, we're offering a mastery class, the Phoenix Rising, Pluto and your cosmic soul keys. And this is a deep dive. If you've ever done any mastery empowerment classes with me, or if you're new to my work, I take you really deep. There's a lot of information in here. We cover so much, and you'll see more when we actually look at the landing page for this course. But this actually includes, for your investment, the full video mastery course, an ebook to go along with it to apply even more deeply what we're covering and explore, and a session with me. For less than the price of one session, you are getting this whole master course and a session with me to review and more deeply anchor in all that we are discovering, all that you are seeing. So I'm here to serve as a sacred mirror for you in this process. When you go to the landing page, you're going to start to really get an idea of how comprehensive this class is. So I'm sharing a little bit about how astrology came to me and my journey, going over the benefits of this class, which some of the most important things to note is this is about embodying your Phoenix Rising key codes and really taking our power back from stories, fears, anxieties, and so on, and an in-depth exploration of your gifts and talents, professions, and also reviewing what you mastered in past lives and what you came here to master for this cycle. And that's just one aspect of the class. We cover a lot. So you can go to the landing page to see even more. These are the systems that I discovered over time, digging more and more and more deep to be able to recognize myself and to trust my service mission and so many aspects of this. And once you purchase this course, I will get notified and I will reach out to you to schedule your session. So thank you so much for checking all of this out, for joining me for this little commercial, and welcome to the Mystery School too. It's fun to share that with you, and we'll get back to the program now.